Hello, and thank you for joining me on today's presentation on SwitchIt. This is the marketing plan. Who are we? We are a passionate group of student athletes who play multiple sports and are interested in developing a new product for students and student athletes, as well as athletes outside of school that play multiple sports. Now, what exactly is the dilemma? We have a huge problem in that we have too many shoes to carry around. If we're playing two sports, we're going to have to carry around a total of four shoes, and that's frankly excessive. You're spending more money for a product that really doesn't do much else than to provide grip, traction, and stability. Switch It changes all of this in an instant. There is a saturated market of athletic shoes, whether it be from Nike, Adidas, New Balance, just to name a few. It's true that there are way too many shoes. Now, yes, it's true that professional athletes really do care about specialized shoes that really fit their specific need. However, for most people, that's not really necessary. And the costs involved in that are sometimes prohibitive. And it doesn't allow people to enter into entry-level sports. It's a barrier. Switch aims to change all that and continue to let you be active and keep moving. The solution? Switch It shoes. What is Switch It? Switch It is a unisex athletic shoe with modular soles, which means you can swap them out, lock them in, and just be ready to go in an instant. We would be catering to four different sports at the beginning, and those sports would be basketball, soccer, running, and football. And we chose these sports because these sports cater to the majority of the United States population, which would be our target market. Now, moving forward, the athletic shoes market is worth approximately $95 billion by 2025, excuse me. The market will be worth $95 billion by 2025, which means there's a rapid growth rate. At the current moment, the market is sitting just around $80 billion in value. And this can often change because of different events such as the Olympic Games and athletic sponsorships and the sort. Now, it is true that there's a global oligopoly on athletic shoes. And this, frankly, is dominated by Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, and Reebok to some extent. However, this means that there's a niche market for our modular shoes. This is something that hasn't been discovered yet. Now, here's some market trends. Again, as I said before, professional athletes need specialized products to specifically cater to their needs, and these can often cost over $200 for a pair of shoes. Again, that can be prohibitive and a barrier to entry for most people, especially youth sports, particularly. This doesn't allow young people to enter in sports as easily as they might if they were to have Switch It shoes. Now, the product image itself, we would pitch the product to investors for funds. Again, still maintaining limited production to make sure that we have a high quality product to send out to our customers and provide an online customization platform via a website after getting started on Kickstarter. Now, moving forward, we would again create an online store very similar to the Under Armour business model, and then after that, remain online and expand globally. Of course, as Scott Swast, the Chief Marketing Officer of UPS Global Operations, well stated, there is a huge importance, there's a huge limitation on staying within the United States market. Especially if you go online, it provides the opportunity to reach more people and, of course, expand your consumer base. Now, our SWOT analysis, we have several internal strengths, being that We do have a proprietary sole locking system. Again, as I said, no one has really quite done this yet at the athletic level, which means that our product is new, and we'll be seeking some sort of partnership with Under Armour in the future. Their business model is similar to ours in that they started very small and then expanded their business online, which is what we are seeking to do. There are some internal weaknesses, however. Some people may not accept this product because it is very different. It is a U turn from your typical product. There is lack of experience, or truly a lack thereof, in creating this product because none of our team have ever created shoes. We have worn them, but we've never created them. So there will be lots of trial and error there. Some other weaknesses, of course, is an incomplete leadership team and a lack of financing that you obviously need to start a successful business. Some external opportunities are that there is an unmet customer need. People need this shoe, and in order to enter into sports, entry level sports successfully and cheaply. And again, there's a market for unique shoes out there. The sneakerhead market is gigantic, taking up a pretty large portion of the shoe market at the moment, with various conventions and whatnot. Very, very popular. There are external threats, however. There will be competition from pre existing competitors who have not explored the athletic part of the market quite yet, but are exploring traveling shoes. Um, there may be a safety hazard. We still have to go through meticulous research and development and make sure that the product itself is safe, that the sole doesn't come off while you're running or doing your activity. And then, of course, the last external threat is remaining within our age group, which would be between the ages of 14 and between 35, probably around 35 or so. I'd like to share a quote by Scott Bass that really stood out to me. For today's neighborhood businesses, the world is your neighbor and wants to do business with you. We really want to as well. Our target market would be active people with active lifestyles, staying within the United States for now, and then we would branch out later on, as I said, through our online business model. And then this is aimed as a casual shoe for 16 to 24-year-olds. We could expand into the 35-year-old market. Again, this is not for professional athletes. We're not a specialized shoe company, but this is for multi-sport athletes, so people who play multiple sports. People who play multiple sports need a cheap, functional, effective, and durable way to play their sports without spending so much money. Now, why should one choose SwitchIt? Truly, you should buy SwitchIt because it offers a solution for a terribly large problem. You're providing a shoe with modular soles that you can swap out cheaply and effectively for different sports and even more sports as we begin to expand. Now, how are we different from our competitors? We do have a proprietary locking system with straps and plastic rivets. And what this does is it provides a durable yet lightweight way of maintaining your stability and keeping the sole on while still having it be removable. It is space saving for you, so you don't have to lug around four pairs of shoes or three pairs of shoes, and it's also more cost effective. Our pricing model would be anywhere around $90 or so, and we aim at selling our soles individually for $10 each, with different promotions to come in the future. We would aim to promote our product via Kickstarter and via social media, as well as attend sneakerhead conventions, as well as athletic events in the area between high schools and college campuses. The product would be distributed via single tier distribution, business to consumer model. Again, having that online store would let us avoid having a middleman, and then seeking out some way of shipping once we expand in the future. our sales metrics. We would be using Google Analytics at the beginning and then begin to gauge our interest on Kickstarter. After that, once we do expand, we would use the Airbnb model where getting correct product photographs and images of the product in action would allow us to increase our marketing potential. We do have several competitors, as I stated. Shoes is one of our primary competitors. They offer a travel shoe for $149. Zips is another competitor with zipper shoes. Not a very stable alternative, albeit quite fashionable. And yet, truly, do you think you should spend more for less function? Our large shoe companies, they might be a adequate competitor as most people are used to purchasing from them. However, it must be stated that these large shoe companies, they've never explored this before. I urge you to be active and keep moving. Thanks for listening.